as I understand the brain drain, one of the issues in this community is we have a wonderful university here, University of Arizona, that educates both children who grew up here and actually people from around the United States, and we're not able, as of the time being, to match up the amount of jobs that we'd like to have with the amount of people that are graduating. If we can retain young people here, even if it's an entry-level jobs in the field of their choice, if they're bright and if they're hardworking, those are the folks that are going to go out and start their own businesses, who are going to be large economic contributors to this community. And so over the course of 10 or 20 years, losing those folks every year really does hurt our economy in the long run.
One of the key components of Gangplank is about being dangerous. And conceptually what that means to me is go out there and do that. Do what you're passionate about, what you have the desire to do. But typically what you'll see in Tucson is that young professionals will graduate college. They don't know where or what they want to do, or they have better, higher paying job opportunities somewhere else, and they'll move to DC or Scottsdale or LA or one of these places for job opportunities. And Gangplank's actively trying to turn that around by providing a space where people can come in for no cost and live off ramen and work on their startup and do things like that. That is what is going to make Tucson a viable economy for young people. We have foosball, we have ping pong. It's a pretty hard work environment around here. And you need to have that energy and that dynamic to engage people and get them passionate about what they're doing. The compelling side of this, the other side, is we've been featured in quite a few magazines recently stating that we have the most viable under 30s economy out there, and like kick-ass place to live and all this type of stuff for under 35. I believe 10% of our individuals here are like young, single, fun people under 30, between 30 and 20. So it's a great place to date. But that's the concept, is you have a place for creativity, collaboration. I think where a lot of people get the disconnect is you try to work in all these isolated areas and you go, hey, there's nothing going on around here. But if you bring these two people together, and then this person, and this person, then you'll see that all these other activities are going on based on the collaboration. And that's what Gangplank's about, is if you get people in proximity to each other, oh my God, there's a lot going on all of a sudden.
So Startup Tucson's basically overall objective is to help people that have entrepreneurial ideas launch those in Tucson. It's kind of a way for the community to expand. We think that Tucson has a huge potential for entrepreneurial growth, and we want to be able to provide the framework, the direction, and the resources to do that. So whether it's connecting people with business professionals in the area, or offering them consulting work, or a framework of direction of methodology of where they should focus on, that's all kind of what we do to provide feedback and make sure that you're growing dynamically. So I feel like the University of Arizona is a huge resource in Tucson that offers a lot of different entrepreneurial push. It's a huge research university, which means that you're having a lot of different hard scientific data coming out of here, and having a flood of people from all over the country to kind of offer like a thinking tank is definitely important. It would be very hard to go to Silicon Valley and try to compete against the hundreds and hundreds of startups that start there all the time. The best way I feel to nail down positions is to be entrepreneurial in spirit. Whether that's a startup, whether that's a small business or other things, that's important to hire the people that are hungry, that are in college and working on those skills at kind of a ground level. But our main goal of offering you so many resources here in town is that we would like to see those startups stay here and be launched here. I'd like to see Tucson become almost like an Austin, Texas, because it would be interesting enough to keep people here, and there'd be enough opportunity to keep people here. But to do that, we need to launch those startups that can help enlist talent from the University of Arizona rather than them leaving.
What I like to say is that Portland was transformed not by any governmental program, not by any private program, but by Paul Allen. And Seattle was transformed by Bill Gates Jr. And we have those opportunities in this community. We are trending up. I'm relatively convinced the next Paul Allen, the next Bill Gates Jr., and I want them to stay here and live here. You have to have a community that people want to stay in and want to live in. And I think Tucson has done a pretty good job of that. But the other part we need to do, which is on the economic side, is we need to work on our entrepreneurial hubs. And the University of Arizona, under President Hart, is working on that with Tech Launch Arizona. We do have a number of hubs, little hubs, 4 or 5 hubs that have opened downtown. And so we just have to keep on those efforts and do more, because the more people we can retain here, the better chance we are going to have of seeing those new businesses thrive. This week, the city of Tucson just came out ranked as the number 8 in the country for the digital age. So we're doing a lot right. But part of it is promoting it and getting the word out, and part of that is promoting it with the young people as they're graduating and saying, you know what, you can stay here and there is an opportunity, but we really need to link up the companies we have here with the young people as they're coming out of school.